Hey collectors, welcome back to my channel, Duncan the Collector. Today we have a special project to unveil. Today we're going to be going over the making of the Cretaceous Mercedes 6x6 cat bed, straight from the Jurassic World Netflix series. This is a fun project me and Dad the Collector have been working on. Well, let's start at the beginning. First we found some RC wheels at Value Village, and then started to draw it up. This had its challenges as it had to look fairly accurate to the real deal, but it also had to fit Chubster Doofus here. Once we were happy, it was time to cut it out. We started by drilling holes in all the corners to make it a little easier. Next we had to make sure the bottom could receive the wheels, which ended up being some funny looking cuts. We also incorporated the bumpers into the base. Next, a bit of sanding, and then we stood it together so we could measure the rest of the pieces, like the tailgate, grille, the hood, and the roof with the visor. We also had to make wheel flares and bumpers. Once the basic shapes were cut, we drew what we wanted them to look like and cut them to the finished sizes. Some of these pieces needed to be clamped and glued together to proceed. We also doubled up strips on the bottom to help support the wheels for its future wide load. Next, one of the hardest tasks, which we kind of forgot about, was the side view mirrors. These were challenging and a bit dangerous if you ask me, but turned out great. And here we used a laminate knife to etch the panel lines like doors, grills, and an edge line for paint lines. Next, it was back to the sanding board. Using a Dremel, we finished the window holes, beveling the body panels, and the very intensive wheel flares. So much sanding. Ridiculous sanding. Next we put it together to see how it looked. Not bad! And added dry decks to the edges of the MDF to help seal the edges for priming. Once that was all sanded and wiped, we primed it up. Some pieces would still need a bit of love with some glazing putty, but we were able to start finishing painting once the primer was dry, and you guessed it, sanded. We started by painting the black. We did the bottom, the wheel flares, the roof visor, and behind the grille. Next we did the interior surfaces the sand color of the exterior. Then we painted the interior floor and box sides to look like wood planks. We did this by brushing different colors of brown and yellow without mixing them completely. We used a Sharpie to define the planks. I love how this turned out. Once the interior was finished, we were able to assemble the basic structure of the truck. We used glazing putty to fill in the nail holes and taped off the interior, and again gave it a final sand. At least I hope so. I'm sick of sanding. Once that was done, we started to paint the exterior by painting the red. We initially only painted basically where it went, but then worried about the coverage of the sand color. So in the end, we painted the entire exterior along with the wheels and the mirrors. After a couple days, we taped off the red and painted the sand color. A few hours later, we pulled the tape to reveal a mostly finished paint. After a couple more days to dry, we painted the final details by brush, like the grille, bumper details, window sills, vents, mirrors, and windshield wipers. Also, Mom the Collector used some of her resin skills to make us some headlights and taillights. Now for some final assembly. We attached all the pieces that remained, like the wheels, flares, hood, and mirrors. We used black FRP strips to make the door handles and the side trims. And Mom the Collector printed us a couple Camp Cretaceous logos for the doors. From there, we gave it a quick coat of clear lacquer, and then let it dry for a few days before seeing if we could get the cat into his mighty chariot. He was reluctant at first, so we decided to coerce him with a little catnip.
Drugs?
Unfortunately, he just stole the drugs and then attacked the dog. Luckily, he came down hard and needed a place to crash. And what better place for that than a swanky getaway truck, just in case the fuzz shows up. And there you have it, Cheddar and his Cat Cretaceous Mercedes 6x6. Whoa! We might have to get some more air in those tires for his chubby butt. Well, I guess I better get that fixed right away. You know how those celebrities are with their riders. Quick to anger.
Duncan! Where is name's Duncan.
And clearly, a star was born today. Now I'd like to give a huge thank you to Nathan at Mediocre Music for supplying the 3 tracks you heard in the background. Nathan is a very talented musician and a guitar teacher. He also has tons of great YouTube videos to check out. Check the links in the description to find his channel. Well, I guess that's it for now, so if you've enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons, and if you didn't, hit the dislike and unsubscribe buttons. If you like toy photography or pictures of Cheddar the cat, Cheetah the dog, or Daisy the dog, follow me on Instagram. If you'd like your collection to be featured in a video, message me in the comments down below or hit me up on Instagram. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, bye for now, and have fun collecting!